Alright, finally got some time to do these brakes. I ordered all these parts like 3 weeks ago. So they've just been sitting in the garage. I'm gonna do the front drums and shoes and wheel cylinders all around. The back brakes look decent, but I'm just gonna replace the wheel cylinder. I don't know why, but I'm doing it. So here's all the parts. This is a spring kit for the front. Spring kit for the back. What's that, front right? I labeled all these when I got them, just so I didn't confuse myself. I was able to get the front right and both backs in the same order, but then I had to get, they had to like rush me this one. I don't know why, but let's see. I just opened this today and it looked like trash. It's rusty already. Let's see. Wasn't too worried about the rust, but I wasn't excited about it. But then I looked at the washer and it looks like it's already been used. Look how bent it is. So I just ran to the store and got another one. Let's see, where is that? A different brand, but I didn't want to wait another week. Yeah, that looks better. Brand new washer. So, crisis averted. Right on O'Reilly. What else did I get? Oh, a new oil filter. No idea if this is the right size, but find out. And what? Oh, like a gonna put in an extra fuel filter just because there's quite a bit of stuff in the back. Let's see if you can see it. And I got a new filter for the carburetor too, but figured I'd throw in a secondary one back here. Oh yeah, all those little specks. Oh yeah, a little bit of rust. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Huh. The float and then that little filter right there. Doesn't look too bad. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my old gas. I don't know who takes it. So I don't think I'm gonna do all this today, but I'll start with the front brakes. See how far I get. A couple extra filters too. And here, this is the one for my carburetor. I'll open that later. Let's see, pull this back. These are the shoes for the front, both sides. That'll be nice. And then new drums. If I can get past these layer of boxes. Those things are pretty heavy. My uncle gave me this tool to measure the old ones, but I just went ahead and got the new one. Let's see if I could open this. Jeez, I haven't opened it yet. Looks pretty cool though. It's a nice old one. I'll open it later, get a better look at it. Just got some brake cleaner. Know I'm gonna need that. That's about it. So I'll start with the front. I want to at least get done the front. That's drums, shoes, and the wheel cylinder. This is the first time I put it on jack stands on all four. Wasn't sure where to put it, but I just put it on the frame. I didn't like how much is cantilevering, so I just added that. Just so it didn't sag as much. I felt bad for it. It sagged quite a bit. And I don't know if that's good. So yeah, if I get the front done today, I'll be happy. It's about 5 p.m., so should definitely be able to do that. Let's see. That's where I ended up putting it. I wanted to put it closer in here, but all this was too sloped up. I thought the jack would just slide out. I really wanted it right here, or maybe even in here somewhere, but whatever. See how it goes. All right, got all my parts laid out. This is the one with the leaking wheel cylinder. So it's pretty corroded. It just destroyed the paint, and then that got everything else stuck. The pads were decent, but they're done now. Looks like the only things I don't have is this spring and this little spring. So I'll have to clean that one up. I'll have to clean all this up actually. It's just caked on there. See that? Yeah, pretty bad. All right, let's see this compared to this side. This is the first time I'm seeing this side, so it looked pretty good. I'm gonna redo everything anyways, but this thing's had quite a bit of life left. This isn't too bad. Probably pretty new. There was some new parts in the back too, so maybe they did all four, but that one side leaked and then it sat for years. I gotta clean this with some alcohol or something, because I know it's got some kind of oil on it, some factory oil. Here's the springs. It looks like they give us, or give me, two different sizes and two different springs to go with it. So I'm thinking this is a kit for the back too, because I think these are wider in the front and the back, so you get the wide spring and the longer pins for these right here. Where is it? But I'm not sure, so we'll see. This side I'll save for last because it might be easier. I'll just do one side at a time so I can come back and look at this in case I have to. Yeah, this side's pretty bad. What's it say in there? Wagner? Oh, is there a date maybe? No, I can't say. So yeah, a lot of cleaning on this one. I'll get this one out of the way first. Hopefully it'll be the worst. All right, got this side apart. You can see where it was leaking. I just saw it drip a minute ago, so it's leaking quite a bit. That brake fluid just acted like paint stripper and gummed everything up. Here's the new ones. Look at the thickness though. They're about the same. So maybe these things were new. This one's, the older one's almost a little thicker. And this one I noticed doesn't come with that heat diffuser or whatever it is. The spring all around it. There's the springs that came off it. I have to reuse all this stuff. It's more than I want to, but I didn't know about it. This thing spins pretty good. I'll have to sand that or something. I wish I had new ones of these. I could see on one of them, it's a little crooked. This one's not bad. This thing's pretty dirty too. Jeez. I don't know why they allow for this movement, but this one was seized. There, now it moves. I'll take the spring off and maybe do something about it. Not excited about using old parts, but maybe I'll look for a kit. Let's see. Just a little shelf right there. Jeez. Paint stripper. Hit a little roadblock. I couldn't get this anchor pin off. And I noticed this doesn't match the other side, the brand. The other one's new, this one looks way older. So I think the person before me couldn't get this off. And so they just rebuilt this in place. But I don't know, I'll have to look at that brand later. I couldn't do it with my breaker bar because there just wasn't enough room in here. And this thing has shallow threads, so even that with the breaker bar just wasn't doing it. I looked in the book, it said this is 65, so it shouldn't have been that hard. I had to use this thing, which should get like at least 200 easy with that thing, and it was struggling. I had to hit it with this stuff, some penetrating oil, just right here. And I had to, just reverse wasn't working, so I had to go forward, knock it loose that way, and then back it off. But so I'm thinking that's why the last people couldn't fix it. The thing was too hard to get off. Here's the old book, the real one. I did all this. I probably should have tried to keep it clean, but did that like the first day I had it. Some pretty good illustrations. Here's the part about removing the wheel cylinder. What does it say right here? Remove anchor pin. Then later on it says, where is it? 65 foot-pounds somewhere. Whoops. Oh yeah, right there. So I didn't think it was going to be that hard to get off, but the breaker bar wasn't fitting in there. Good thing I had that, or else I'd be dead in the water. I had the deep socket, but I only have the 12-point, and just didn't like it. So this thing fit better, but then you only got a little bit of meat on there to grab. It's too hard with the breaker bar. So got that out of the way. Here's what it looks like with this thing out. This is what they're calling the anchor pin, just because your shoes anchor on that. And they really mangled this thing. Look at that. I already unscrewed the back of it. It looks like it'll fit. Look how swollen this one is too. Oh shoot, it's leaking. I'm gonna put it back on so it doesn't drip too much. Came out pretty good. This thing spins nice. No slop. I couldn't take this thing apart like I wanted to, but it came out pretty good. Still not sure what that little bit of play is for, but let's see. Nope, can't do it. But yeah, everything else came out decent. I just scrubbed it with a little wire brush. What is it? These two. Little stainless steel bristles. So I just gotta lube everything up. Here's all the new stuff. So I guess for the front, I'm using the long pins and then one of each of these. I gotta look at my pictures to see what side is what, but I don't think I'll need this, but maybe I will. Probably for the brake lines, but those are way bigger. So I don't know what that's for. I already rinsed this thing out, or cleaned it, whatever you want to call it. So, ready to rebuild. Alright, got this side back together. Wasn't too bad. I did notice, I checked the part number, they said these are the front ones. But see how the lip is different? I didn't think it would matter, but it doesn't really... I don't know if I can do this with one hand. There you go. The dust cover doesn't work as good like this with this one. If you can see, there's that gap, about a 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 or something. So I think I'm just gonna use the old ones. I don't know. I checked the part number again and it said it would fit, but it doesn't fit. So I cleaned this up. This was the really bad one, so it came out all right. I did notice the new ones didn't have this coil either. So there's another red flag. Not even a lip to transfer it onto. You got this extra little lip here. Hold it in place. So I guess I'm going the old ones. Let's see, where's that one spot? Yeah, you can see where the old shoe was glued to it. This is the only part you could really feel, but just barely. I just wet sanded it with 220 because it had that gunk all over it, all the melted paint. So looks a lot better. My finger's out of there. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to fit. So I don't know if these are factory or what happened, but I'm using the old ones. Alright, I got the drum on. Backed it out just so it has a little bit of drag. Here's my extra parts pile. Guess I'll just fill this. I don't know if it's gonna go right in. Needs a little more. I usually see this on the back I've never seen one in the front like that. It's always on the back side. I was looking around, but I guess they put it there. I don't know if it's bent on purpose, but I guess you just spin it down. Where is it? I don't know. Anyways, I still didn't find a spot for this little C-clip or E-clip. This is the old one of these, the old crush washer. I guess I gotta put this back on. This was in the female threads, just dust cover. And then those two. So, time to do the other side. Oh, look at this from the tire rubbing. Chewed right through it. I checked the other side, it's not as bad. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, just in the frame. Rubbing. Kind of hate to take this side apart, but guess I'll make a match. This part could use a cleaning, and this thing. Everything else is decent. I'm back at the driver's side. I took the drum off to put this thing in. Fit okay. But I just want to show you how much I had to back that off. I was kind of surprised with new shoes. Quite a few threads. So I don't think I have too much drag on it, but guess we'll see. Alright, got the passenger side all cleaned up. Put the wheel cylinder on. Tighten this to 65 foot-pounds. Here's the one that came out of it. This one wasn't leaking, so kind of tempted to keep it. Doesn't take up too much room. Let's see, these were in way better shape too. This was about the same. This was different also on the other side. I like this, it'll come out the back if it's full. Oh, I forgot it's reverse thread. But yeah, it'll squeeze. Dang. It'll squeeze the grease out of there once it's full. Once you tighten it down all the way. Let's see. Yeah, there it goes. This is what I'm using. And a little bit of anti-seize on this one. This one went a little quicker than the other side. Wasn't as dirty. Let's see how it is putting it back together. Oh yeah, this was in way better shape than the other one. Now feeling this, how smooth this is, that other one is pretty rough. Maybe I could have them turned or find the right ones, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I also hit all 6 of these with just some sandpaper. Just because that's where the shoes will slide. So 220. Should make it slide a little easier. Alright, got the passenger side all done. Went a lot smoother the second round. Not fighting it as much. So now I just got to do the back two. All right, it's the next day. Just tired of being hunched over. Checking these things out. I only bought a spring kit and the wheel cylinder. I'm wishing I bought new shoes for it. I don't think it was leaking on this side, but I don't see anything. But I'm gonna take it apart and clean it all up. We'll see. This thing looks decent. Don't know what that is, but feels all right. This side's about the same, a little dirtier. So I'll probably start on this side. Look how thick these shoes are in the back. That's thicker than the brand new ones I just bought. The only difference I see is this spreader right here. I'm pretty sure it's for the emergency brake, because that's the only difference. Got the cable coming in right here through the back. And yep, and it goes up to that bar. So I think in the book it says to loosen the emergency brake, what, balancer or something, I forget what they call it. I haven't touched these yet. This one's already, I don't know if they're supposed to be that play, but I'm gonna back this one off, give it a little more slack. This thing doesn't even work. I don't know. It's all intact up to here. There's that spring that's broken. I gotta follow it over there, because when I pull it, it doesn't seem to do anything. Let's see, maybe I can see something here. I don't know. Doesn't seem right. Oh, well, there it is, bunching up right there instead of going through. So it is permanently pulled. Gonna have to spray something in there, I guess. But for now, I think I'll just disconnect it or loosen it as much as I can under here, because the drums were spinning. This is in neutral. It's kind of hard. Hopefully it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, probably. There's also, I don't know if it'll focus. Oh. But there's some liquid down there. There it goes. So I'm gonna have to check that out too. All right, just found out what this little clip goes to. It's the emergency brake cable. It came in the spring kit for the front, and I didn't know what it was for. So I think they just used the same kit for front and rear, even though they have their own part number. Let's see, where is it? Here's the rear kit. Looks exactly the same. And here's the front. 17 and 18. Yeah, that's what that's for. So I'm glad I'm not missing anything in the front. And then, what? Oh, I need to get some slack out of this. This thing hasn't moved in a while. So I don't want, I'm afraid once I pull this out, it'll all just suck back that way. And I know we got some, there's some play right here. And this is like coming out of the rod. I don't know if, I'm sure that's not supposed to happen. So, oh, that sounds terrible. So I gotta mess with this thing. I already backed this off all the way, but it's just not enough. So I think I gotta pull it out from here. Oh yeah. Guess that's it. Let's see. Oh yeah, way better. I ran these back and forth a few times. Just kind of clean out the threads. I'm gonna leave this on this side so I don't pull it through on accident on the other side. Or, I don't know which is which actually. Oh no, this is that one for sure. Okay, I got what, 2 inches? I don't want to pull it too far. The world's longest spring on there. Oh. This thing hasn't moved in a while. There it goes, just moved an inch. There's another. Where is it? Yep, it's pretty close. I don't know if I could do this one-handed. Oh yeah, nice. All right, what else? I gotta get this off. On the other side, this was a 15/16 right here. Yeah. My set only goes up to 1 inch, and I found this wrench, 1 1/8. That's about what size it is. Pretty close. This thing might just be a little loose. But on the back side, there's a 15/16. There it is. So I'll just use the wrench to hold the front, and then this little compact gets back there pretty good. So I'm gonna do that after I spray it. Let's see. I had to spray the front too, so I'm just spraying this ahead of time. Let's see if I can spray it. Oh yeah. Hopefully that's enough. All right, turns out you don't have to take the anchor bolt off on this one, or the anchor pin. So I just put it right back on. There's just 2 little bolts that go into the back of this on the top, right in here. Just in there like that. Here's the new one. Doesn't look as beefy. But looks like the right size little thing here. Can't take it off, but it looks like the right size for that. The brake bleeder is definitely smaller, but I guess that doesn't matter. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep those ones just in case I got the wrong stuff. Finally, could clean this thing. All right, got it put back together. Wasn't too bad. The only hard part was getting the brake line to thread back into this, because it's a hard line straight to it. So I had to loosen it at this point, take that little horseshoe clip out, and then got it started here, and then threaded this one in, then tightened everything down after. That little clip was hard to get back in, but went back with some persuasion. All right, one more to do. Oh, this, let's see. This comes with a rubber replacement, but this still has the metal one in there. Never seen a metal one. Nice and flat. So, never seen that before. All right, one more to go. Okay, got the last side prepped and cleaned. Had to clean all this side too. This is all the used stuff I have to reuse. There's the new spring set. I think the only difference between the sets were this one didn't come with any short ones. The other one came with 6 different pins. This one came with 4, I think. Or maybe this one just has all the same size. I forget. That was the only difference I noticed. Okay, got the last side prepped and cleaned. Had to clean all this side too. This is all the used stuff I have to reuse. There's the new spring set. I think the only difference between the sets were this one didn't come with any short ones. The other one came with 6 different pins. This one came with 4, I think. Or maybe this one just has all the same size. I forget. That was the only difference I noticed. Alright, this is how I'm bleeding the brakes by myself. This is the second one I'm gonna do. This is the passenger side rear. The book said start with the rear driver side, then rear passenger side, passenger front, then driver front, like a C pattern. So got this little connector from the Mighty Vac, and it's in a bottle of water, or a water bottle full of brake fluid. So the tip is below the fluid, and it'll burp it. If it tries to suck up any air, all it could do is suck up the liquid. I got this wrench on here. It's cracked open already, so I don't want to mess with it. And so you just pump the brakes till you see no more air bubbles. It's probably pretty close because I don't see any air bubbles. And then you can close it. So let's see. I'd like to see for sure, so I'm going to set up the camera so you can see the line right there. There's the air and there's fluid. So let's see if it pumps any bubbles. Maybe this will be a better shot. Check the reservoir again. Went about a third down. Alright, that one looked pretty good. So, I'll just go back here, tighten this thing up. I barely cracked it, so it's only a little bit. And then just take this off. Expect to make a mess, but you know, time. But that's how I like to do it if I'm just by myself. Gonna clean all that up so I can check for leaks after I do the next two. Going up there next. Alright, I'm set up over here now. Got the bottle just resting on that, just because that's where the hose wanted to go. So I didn't need my blocks on this one. And I didn't have room to leave my wrench in there, just because of the angle it's at. Got the reservoir full. About a 1/4 inch from the top. See if I can get some bubbles. Alright, that looked like a good one. Gonna tighten this thing up. Okay. I'm gonna jump to the other side and do the last one. Alright, here we go. One more side. Reservoir's topped off. See, I'm just gonna pump the brakes 10 times. That should be good. Hopefully I get some bubbles this time, just to have it on film. Should be bubbles, then go solid. I heard something there. Lost count. Oh yeah, definitely some bubbles. I'm gonna check the reservoir, top it off, and keep going, just to be sure. Oh yeah, now the pedal's starting to feel better. I was getting worried it's been soft up until this last one. Check it. Looks pretty solid. I see one bubble. This is the last one, so I'm gonna do it a few more times. I still see a few bubbles, but maybe they're just not getting pushed down because I can't push the pedal quick enough. Gotta go nice and soft with this thing. takes a minute for the brakes to like load back up. I don't know why. Each time it got to about that level, I just top it off. Went through 1.5. What is this, a quart? 32 ounces. Went through 1.5 of those. Maybe when I have a second person, I'll have somebody really press on it and I'll just crack it just to see. But I think it's good for now. I'm gonna throw the tires on it and call it a day.